What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. If you're new here, this is your first video, make sure you guys subscribe. Go check out the other content if this video interested you, or if it didn't, maybe a few other videos will. But let's get into this video. This is a very exciting video I wanted to do because currently going on is the Capcom Cup. I think Capcom Cup 11. A lot of the best fighting game players all around the world are traveling to this tournament to compete for $1 million. First place prize is $1 million, and with the competition went one of the South African players, JabhiM. I think that's how you say his name. I think it's JabhiM. That's how the commentators were saying it, at least. And man, I was so excited to see this run. I think we have to check out the brackets. I think he was in group. Let's have a look quickly. He was in Group C. He was paired up with a lot of good players in the group. There was very stacked players in this group, featuring Kakuru, Tokido. If you guys don't know what Tokido is, if you're not in the FGC, if you're not in the fighting game community, he's a legendary Street Fighter player. So when I saw the groups come up and he was in there, I was kind of nervous to see him in the groups with that because he's a very top player. But obviously, Tokido, legendary player, respects to him. And we had Zangief Palado, Dual Kevin, also very popular US player, JabhiM, and then GG Hannibal. So this was Group C, and the streaming times was very weird because it was the events taking place in Japan. So the times are very, very weird, and I could only catch it through the streams that was going on later on in the day, like it was still being played at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock South African time. And sometimes I caught the matches, sometimes I didn't, sometimes I had to watch highlights. And I was watching live this one match, and it was against Tokido. Now, JahbiM has played against Tokido previously. I think with Chun Li when they had the RedBull Kumite tournament. I think it was last year, 2024, 2023. And he beat Tokido here in South Africa, which was amazing at the time. But I thought, maybe it's just like a one-off or something. Maybe Tokido wasn't on his day, but obviously still props to the match from JabhiM. But we had the round back this set. Obviously, they were paired in the same group, and I was watching this live, and they were like facing off and everything, and it was just great to see a tournament player from South Africa doing this, on the biggest stage in the world in this Capcom Cup against these difficult players. I mean, Tokido, obviously, legendary player, like I said, but JahbiM standing his ground. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he actually takes the set. How much did he? I think he won 2-0, correct? He actually took the set 2-0 over Tokido. Unfortunately, he did lose to Zangief, Zangief Palado, and he lost as well to GG Hannibal. Because it was a round robin event, and he lost to Kakuru 2-0. It was like a round robin event, so you've got to play each player in your group. You've got to play them at least once. And it was a weird format. I mean, the Capcom Cup format has changed quite a lot over the years. But that win, while I was watching, it was so hype. It was Ken versus Terry, and I think JahbiM mains Terry right now. And the way Street Fighter 6 works, I feel like a lot of people don't play Terry. Obviously, Ken, they consider him to be a top tier player, top tier character in the game. Like low forward drive rush is very popular in the meta right now. But if you've got to go watch the game. I'll see if I can find it and link it below. If you watch the game and you see his adaptation, how he was using Terry's level 1, which is Buster Wolf, to knock or to stop the flow and the pressure of Ken's Genrai kicks, he exploited a lot of gaps in between the matchup. And I was so hyped, like watching this. And I've heard of JahbiM before, but I've never been following up with his career, prior to Capcom Cup this year. And I was watching it, and I was so hyped because, especially in the fighting game genre, I know a lot of the popular players like Punk the God, Idom, Sonic Fox. Obviously, he's in the MK scene, but JahbiM making a name and making waves over international in the international tournaments from South Africa, representing South Africa. I feel like I've got to speak about it and talk about it because This is what this channel is about highlighting our community. And even in the fighting game community, which we have here in South Africa, I don't feel it's maybe as strong of a presence in South Africa as it is in the US, because it's like culturally ingrained very strongly over there. But with opportunities like this and opportunities of CapCom Cup happening in South Africa and things like that, I think we need more local offline events as well that people can participate, people can go watch and things like that to grow the scene. But this is just a huge video, and shout outs to JabhiM. The people are watching, the people are supporting, and it's just amazing to see. Now, unfortunately, today I think today was day 30. When this video comes out, it's day 30, and he didn't qualify, unfortunately, for the round of 16, which is like the knockout phase to get into top 8. But still, he pulled off an amazing victory. He qualified for CapCom Cup from South Africa, which is amazing. Just to get South Africa out there, to get the region into that pool is amazing. I just got huge respects and huge shout outs as well to the player, to JahbiM. But let me guys, let me know, guys. If you've been watching, if you support fighting games in South Africa, what are your thoughts about fighting games in general, about the community? And yeah, I mean, this it was an amazing match. All the links will be down below. Links to his channel, links to the pages that I used. If you guys want to follow the tournament, man, once again, just a huge shout out to JabhiM. I feel like, especially in South Africa, perhaps not a lot of people are knowing about this. Like, if you're not clued up with the FGC, you won't know about this tournament going on and everything. But we see you, and we see your talent. And I mean, he took 2-0 over Tokido, and he's a very top tier player, representing South Africa in the biggest stages, on the biggest platforms, against the biggest competition in the world. So I've got to respect that, and I just wish that we had more attention shined on this, that people perhaps aren't in the loop. So I wanted to highlight this, man, because fighting games is something that I'm very passionate about, especially the competitive side. And seeing him put in a shift in this Group C, I was really rooting for him. He was in the running to make it through to qualify for the top 16, but it was so close. But I feel like we got to support our local esports players, in whichever community, fighting games, shooters, first person shooters, anything. I think the esports scene in South Africa is ready to explode with this talented players that we have here, and to get them against international competition so that they can grow and for us to grow our scene. We've definitely got potential, and I'm really enjoying the competition so far to see what else can happen. That's gonna be all for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this video, about fighting games in South Africa. Are you guys involved in the scene? Are you guys unaware? Is this the first time you're hearing that Capcom is so big in South Africa? Let me know what you guys think down below. Peace.